Hello students, standard 8th in physics, chapter number 13, sound is going on. And as we know that sound plays a very important role in our lives as it make the communication possible with each other. Now we learn that when the body vibrates, when an object vibrates, then it produces sound. It means that sound is produced by the vibrations. And when the vibration stops, they cannot produce the sound. Now also we saw some activities that will show you that vibrations are responsible for the production of the sound. Now we are familiar with so many musical instruments. For example, the sitar, guitar, violin, harmonium, tablas, manjira, jalatarang, flute, sehnai, dholak, and so many others. Now, in all of these instruments, musical instruments, there is any vibrating part. So, when that parts are struck or plugged, they starts vibrating and produce the sound. So there are mainly three types of instruments are. First is the string instrument. String instrument means which in that a straight string is on that instrument. And when we plug the string with the finger or with some other things, then that string starts vibrates and the sound is produced. For example, guitar, sitar, violin, etc. So if you see that in that there is a string which is straight along. This type of instrument like a kitara you can make yourself also. For that you can take a hollow coconut shell and take a string, or you can make it with the help of the earthen pot also. And as shown here in the figure, you can make that ekatara with a string and then you can play along. Then when that string vibrates, it will produce the sound. So that are the called string instruments, in which, as I told you, that the string is plugged to get vibrations, and when it vibrates, they produce the sound. The second type of instruments are wind instrument, in which the column of air is vibrating by blowing air with your mouth, and that column of air inside that instrument start vibrates and produce the sound. For example, the flute, sehnai, bugles, etc. In which when we blow it with the mouth, blow air with the mouth, then there is a column of air inside that instrument and that vibrates and produces the sound. So that are the second type of instrument which are known as the wind instrument. Then third are the membrane instrument. Membrane instrument means in which a straight membrane either of the leather or some plastic or some other materials. The membrane is stretched on it, and then by beating on it with the hand, you can produce the sound. For example, tablas, dolak, mridangam, dafli, etc. So in all of them you can see that a stretched membrane is there, and when they stuck on it, then they start vibrates and it produce sound. If you can't see the vibration, you can do one thing: put some grains of rice on the tabla. One side of the tabla, on the membrane, you can put some rice grains, and with your hand strike it. Then you will see that those rice grains will start dancing. Why? Because the whole membrane is vibrating, and due to the vibrations, that rice grains are also start dancing. But some of the other instruments are such that they don't belong to all these categories. But we just strike on them, then they produce a sound. For example, if you have seen the manjira or the kartal or the, that you call it ghatam, etc. Manjira, generally we play manjira in the temples while reciting the bhajans and that things to give the very nice sound. So that manjira, the whole manjira are stuck with each other and they produce sound. Similarly, the other is kartal. Maybe you are familiar with that kartal with Narsi Mehta. Maybe you learn about Narsi Mehta in your Gujarati textbook. And that kartal, and the other is the ghatam. Ghatam is very popular in the South India, in which they take the earthen pot and then by beating with something that they wear like a ring in the fingers, and then with that they stuck it on it. For example, you can see that ghatam look like that. Here is the earthen pot, like matlo apne kahiye. So on that, with the hand, maybe they are wearing something, and with that they beat it, and then the sound is produced. So that is known as ghatam vadya, and that ghatam vadya is generally popular in the southern part of the India. So that is the ghatam, and the other is the jalatarang also. Jalatarang vadya you can make yourself also. For that, what we have to do? You have to take some bowls or the tumblers of the same size. You need 6 or 8 tumblers or the glasses. And now what you have to do? You have to put them in a row or like in a circle, half circle, semicircle. And what you have to do? Don't put the same amount of water. If you put the first tumbler full, then decrease the amount of water. Look, it is shown in here. You can see that here there is more water than less, and in the last tumbler very less water. So you have to fill the water like that. And now take a piece of stick in your hand, and then with the stick as shown in the figure, that you have to beat on them. Then on the different bowls, when you hit, different type of sound is produced. And so when you beat very speedily from one to the other bowl and other to third bowl and so on, then you will hear the very nice sound. So that is called the jalatarang, and that Jalatarang you can make yourself also. That only we need the different bowls, same size of 6 to 8, and water and a piece of stick. So fill them in the different amounts, and then when you hit them with the stick, they will produce the different sound from each of them. You can take pencil also to strike on it, because we need a very light things to beat on it. So these are the thing of the music instrument. Now generally we talked that when sitar or guitar is there, there is a string is there, and the string is vibrates, then produce sound. Similarly, on the mridangam or the tabla, etc., the membrane, we struck, then membrane starts vibrating and produce sound. But actually, when we struck the string of the string instrument, for example, the sitar or guitar, violin, it is the sound that we hear is not only due to the vibration of that string, but the whole instrument is forced to vibrate. So when we struck on the string, not only the string is start vibrating, but if you notice that the whole instrument get vibrations, and we hear the sound is due to the vibration of the whole instrument. Similarly, when you struck on the tabla also, you only give that strike on the membrane. So the sound produced is not due to only the vibration of the membrane, but also the whole instrument is forced to get vibrations, and therefore we hear the sound. And that is true for each type of instrument. So when we hear the sound from the musical instrument, it is not only its a vibrating part, but as I told you, the whole instrument is start vibrating, and the sound we hear is because of the whole instrument's vibrations. So that is the thing we learn about the musical instruments. Now the other thing now we are going to learn about it, that when we speak, when the human being speak, where is the vibrations? What is vibrating so that our sound is produced? Because we learn that sound produced only when there is some vibrations. But can you see, I'm talking to you now, I'm giving you the lecture. What is vibrating in me? Am I looking vibrating? Obviously no. But sound is producing by my mouth. It means that something must be vibrating in my body, so that I am producing sound and you are listening to me. For that, we have also something in our body which vibrates and produce sound, and that is the voice box, or it is also known as larynx. Now everybody do one thing. Put your fingers, 2 fingers here on your throat where some raised part is there, and speak something. Here you can see the raised part little. And if you don't get, you can press it here, then you will see that some part is there which is little hard, and you can move it also little. So now touch here when you and speak something loudly, then you will feel the vibrations here on your finger. Why? Because inside your vocal box, or the the voice box or larynx, there is something which is vibrating and producing sound. So in humans, sound is produced by the voice box or the larynx, which is situated in the throat at the upper end of windpipe. You know that there is windpipe here. So upper end of the windpipe, there is a protruding part, and that is called the voice box. Now what is there inside the voice box? The two vocal cords are stretched across the larynx such that it leaves a narrow slit between them for the passage of air. So two vocal cords are stretched across the voice box, and they are situated such that there is a very slight slit, very thin slit is means there is a very small gap is between them, so that the air can pass through it, which is shown here in the figure also. That is your throat, in which the voice box is situated, and here is the inside the voice box, that are the two vocal cords are that between them there is a very thin slit is there, so that the air can pass through them. So now lungs, when the lungs force the air, when the lungs force air through slit, what happens? The vocal cord vibrates. So lungs force that air through that vocal voice box, and therefore between that from the slit the air is passing very forcefully, and therefore that vocal cord starts vibrating, and this sound is produced. Some muscles are attached with these cords, which make the vocal cords tight or loose, and therefore different types of sound can be produced. We can produce a loud sound, we can produce a very low sound also, because of that muscles which can stretch or loosen the vocal cords. So if the low vocal cords are tight and thin, then the type of the quality voice is different, and when they are loose and thick, then also the voice is different. So that is the thing we have to learn about it. You can understand that vocal cord by making yourself also. You can take two rubber bands and place one over it and then stretch it, and between the air, the very small slit, you can blow air. Then by blowing air, you will hear the sound. Or you can make a vocal cord type situation by the piece of paper also. Look, as shown in the figure here. Here you have to fold the paper such that there is a very small slit between it, and then you keep it like that between your lips and blow the air, then you will hear the sound from the other part. So that is the situation that we can understand that how our vocal cords work like. And the vocal cords have the different length in men and women, and therefore we see that the voice of the man and woman are different. The vocal cord in men are about 20 millimeter long. You have to remember that in the man the vocal cord's length is 20 millimeter, but in woman they are about 15 millimeter, means 5 millimeter shorter than the men. And children, the small children have still very small, very short vocal cords, and therefore because of the different length, we see that the voice of the man and woman are different because of that length, and the child still have the very small different short vocal cords are there. So here we are going to finish the session. In the next session we will learn that sound is produced, but now how the sound passes from one place to another place. How can we hear the sound? And here it will be followed by the PDF, and you can write down in your notebook along with some question answers. And if there is confusion, write down in the comment section. Thank you very much.